Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where we talk about skincare, grooming, and sometimes hair, so that sounds like a thing. Make sure you are subscribed. Also, come and follow me on Instagram where I post a lot of stuff you're not going to see here on YouTube. People always want to start the new year like refreshed and doing something positive, right? Making positive changes, new year, new me, and all that kind of stuff. And one thing I always get asked is how to create a perfect skincare routine, how to get the perfect products that you are going to see the most changes with, how to make that positive change for your skin. Well, one of the main factors that drives and ensures these positive changes within your skin, these obvious changes within your skin, is being consistent with your skincare routine. And this is where Gymshark 66 Challenge comes in. Today's video is sponsored by Gymshark. Don't laugh. Where my manager said Gymshark wanted to sponsor me and my double chin were like, what? Why? I'm not going to be exercising or lifting anything heavier than my latte. But the Gymshark community isn't just about fitness, it's about working towards goals and making positive changes for yourself. Going off the idea that it takes 66 days to form a habit and to bring positive change to your life, Gymshark are challenging us to create and stick to a morning and evening routine for the next 66 days. Now, this isn't because it's going to take that long to see results, you're going to see results way before then, but to help us form this healthy habit and create that consistency that's really going to make whatever our skincare routine is perfect for us. You can find out more about Gymshark 66 Challenge in the description box down below. So this challenge for me is really going to be about giving my skin a break from constantly trying a new product, giving my skin a chance to just do what it does naturally, and getting that help from a good set routine. So let's talk about what makes a perfect routine. Perfect being in heavy quotations. A perfect skincare routine is less about the results and more about the process. A perfect skincare routine is a skincare routine that you're actually gonna do. As we know, a skincare routine doesn't mean 4 to 9 products morning and night. You could be doing the most basic skincare routine, cleanser, moisturizer, sunscreen. And if you're sticking with that and you are doing that consistently, then that is a perfect skincare routine for you. And that's another thing, is being realistic in what you can actually be bothered to do or what you actually have time to do. Realistically for me, I have all the time I want in the evening. In the morning, not so much. So instead of trying to push as many products that I can in the morning, I move that to the evening and I have a super basic skincare routine in the morning that takes like a minute to do. Realistic, easy to do, means I can actually do it, therefore I am being consistent with it and I'm going to see results. Another point, of course, is that the skincare should work for you. Your skin can tell you so much more about what it likes, what it doesn't like, what's good for it and what's bad for it than any influencer online, a dermatologist, esthetician. Obviously they know what they're talking about, but your skin at the end of the day is going to tell you what it likes and what it doesn't, what works for it and what doesn't. So even if it's makeup wipes, if they work for you, keep using them. On that note, however, within this 66-day challenge, it's a good time to ditch bad habits. Makeup wipes. If you like them, keep using them. But for example, do not rely on them as your only cleanse. This is a bad habit, not being bothered to do your routine. Quick makeup wipe, go to bed. That's not a routine. You can use a makeup wipe as a first cleanse if you want, but to rely on it as your whole routine, that's a bad habit. Overusing products, not giving products long enough to work, buying too much skincare. What other bad habits do I have? I'm trying to think. All these bad habits. So realistically, a perfect routine is a routine that you can actually be bothered to do, that you have time for, that you can be consistent with, and with products that work for you despite what everyone else says is right or wrong. So skincare is very subjective, right? What works for me probably isn't going to work for you, and that's why the term perfect skincare routine doesn't really mean anything, because a perfect routine doesn't really exist. Or a perfect routine comes in many different forms and looks like many different things. But I'm going to share with you the skincare routine that I'll be sticking to over the next 66 days. I spent a lot of last year trying products, so I have many products to carry on reviewing going into the next 66 days, but this is a routine I'll be sticking to. Hopefully you can take inspiration from this, whether it's the products that I'm using, the way they slot together. So my morning routine, my perfect morning routine. I have to take into consideration here that I'm not a morning person. As much as I like to think I am, as much as I want to be that smoothie taking morning jog person, I'm never going to be that, and I'm actually okay with that now. But in the morning, I'm lazy, I'm groggy. My focus is on my dog in the morning, letting her out to the toilet, taking her for a walk, feeding her, then getting on with work. So realistically, I have about 2 minutes to do my routine in the morning, and I've chosen that amount of time because I prefer to stay in bed longer. And that's fine. We just have to be realistic about what I can achieve. So with my skin being drier because of the colder season, I am ditching a morning cleanse the majority of the time. I don't wake up oily, I wake up drier more than anything, so a quick splash of water. I then want to go in with a hydrating product, so I like to use a hydrating vitamin C product to help improve my skin tone and fight against free radical damage. Of course, we need a moisturizer to help hydrate and moisturize. Again, with these colder months, I like to focus on moisturizers that contain barrier protecting and supporting ingredients like ceramides, and then a sunscreen that I use all year round. In the winter, it's more about those UVA rays and premature aging. In the summer, it's more about serious factors like skin cancer. And that's my routine. That for me is a minimal routine. It may not be for some, but realistically, that's what I can do within 2 minutes, and I'm going to stick to that, which makes it a perfect routine for me in the morning. The evening routine. For me, I can take as long as I want with my evening routine because I set aside time. It could be an hour, it could be 2 hours, it could be 3, because I take as much time as I need to in the evening. But I realize not everybody has this luxury of time. You might have kids or an actual life, so you might only have 2 minutes again. So whilst I share what I feel is my perfect evening routine, I am going to share with you what I think are good basics that I would include in your evening routine. A double cleanse is a must for me because I wear a lot of sunscreen throughout the day. I layer it up and layer it up. I recommend a good double cleanse if you are wearing sunscreen or makeup. If you're not, you don't need to double cleanse. You can double cleanse with one cleanser, but you do have to take into consideration, is your skin drier? Is it oilier? If you're drier, you might want to use an oil cleanse and then a normal cleanser, or your oil cleanse for both stages. It's up to you. Hydrating toner is a must for me, but definitely not a must-have step for everyone. But for me, the added boost of hydration keeps my skin looking plumper and healthier, makes my pores look tighter, as well as providing this nice kind of damp base for the rest of my skincare routine. 3 times a week, I will be swapping out this toner for an AHA or a BHA, an exfoliating stage. How many times a week you do this depends on your skin. You know what you can tolerate, you know what your skin can tolerate. But this year, I will be using a very gentle exfoliator, a very gentle AHA, BHA, because I will be focusing on going so hard with the actives. Serum, I would say, is another must-have step. Pick one skincare concern and focus on that. For me, I'm concentrating on barrier protection and repairing. So a serum that contains these essential building block ingredients is a must for me. Serum too isn't a must for everyone. It's a good chance to add more actives into your skincare routine if you want to. You absolutely don't have to do this step. So I've picked a very specific skincare concern, being my redness and rosacea, which you can't see that much actually right now. So I'm using a serum that combats that and helps with sensitive skin. Moisturizer, another must-have step. Again, I'm looking for something deeply hydrating and moisturizing, skin barrier protecting and repairing. And whilst your skin isn't leaking water, you know, our skin is very, very good at keeping stuff in. Moisturizer will protect your skin from transepidermal water loss, loss of hydration. Then that's it. That's really it. Again, that's a little bit whittled down for me. Usually I use like an essence, then maybe a night mask and a few other bits here and there. But they're the routines that I hope maybe you get a little bit of inspiration from, guide you into discovering what a perfect routine means for you and your skin. So do this challenge with me. I'm excited to do it because I feel like it's going to bring my focus back to what my skin really, really needs and what a perfect routine will look like for me going forward. This is a chance to let our skin have a break, let it do what it does naturally so well, and use skincare to help it do that. And maybe I can get through a full bottle of product for once. I might actually have some empties to show you. And I want to see your progress. Tag me along the way. We've got 66 days together doing this, so I want to see what you're doing, how you're getting on realistically as well. Listen, if you miss a morning, it doesn't matter as long as you're trying. If you miss an evening, it doesn't matter as long as you are trying. Thank you again to Gymshark for sponsoring today's video. Do check out all the details of the challenge and some comfy gear in the description box down below. But that is it from me now. I will see you next time.